Probably be a clue. So, here's a question. Why did Surrey County Council tell parents that they would be able to cycle along a footpath in Reigate? Sound confusing? We can explain it all. It's all a part of a row over plans to move a local primary school. BBC Radio Surrey's political reporter Jack Feen has been to investigate.
So I'm in Reigate, just off the A217 Cockshot Hill, and I'm standing on a footpath which connects this road with Smoke Lane. And just to give you a bit of background, there's a plan to move a school, Priory Junior School, which sits right in the middle of Priory Park, and they want to move it near to the Surrey County Council offices at Woodhatch Place. Now, parents aren't happy about this for a variety of reasons, but one of them is a concern about a lack of pedestrian routes to get to the new location of the school. What the council has said is that they won't create a new path, but what they've said is that the one I'm standing on now, this path that leads up to Smoke Lane, does give people some access. Now, they've also described this path as a cycleway, basically suggesting that bikes can be used along here as well. But there's a problem with this, because if we look at a sign that's right here next to me, it's a red circle with a bike in it. And if you know your highway code, you'll know that actually this means that bikes are banned along here. So it's clearly a mistake. The council's now apologised for any confusion and says it'll update the information on its website as part of a frequently asked questions section. Now, you could argue it's a small thing, but it does get to the heart of one of the big worries, which is that people will have to walk further to get to the new school, and that dealing with the traffic on the A217 behind me makes journeys potentially more dangerous because children will have to walk along a narrow pavement, and there's a lot of questions about how to get around this. Now, there have been several public events held in Reigate this week where people can go along to ask questions about the plans to move Priory Junior School, and I've been to one of them to find out how people are feeling.
It's Chris Morris, a local Reigate resident with 2 young children. So you'd think that Surrey County Council would be aware of what their traffic signs mean. The sign actually says no cycling on the pavement. In the consultation plans it says that cycling is allowed on that footway. We had a bit of a laugh amongst the parents as to why this was, and it's just an example of Surrey County Council not really understanding what they're saying, and it's quite frustrating as parents when the move is going to be so critical for us and our children in the future. 80% of students that go to Reigate Priory School come from Holmesdale. It's the main feeder school. Holmesdale School's in North Reigate, and the relocation of this new site is in Woodhatch, over Cockshot Hill and back down the bottom. So you're looking at 45 minutes to an hour walk for young children with siblings to go from School 1 to over to the new site at Woodhatch Place. Most parents see that as unfathomable. The Surrey County Council said that they're looking at transport options, but so far our questions haven't been answered.
I'm Monica Hughes and I'm a resident in Reigate. I currently have a child going in Holmesdale and moving to Priory next year, and another one that will start in Holmesdale in September as well. It is a bit funny that the transport department basically got that wrong. It's very worrying, considering that they meant to put a transport plan together to reassure parents that actually the to and fro and logistics to get your children between both schools is going to be possible. It's quite scary, and I'm quite anxious as a mum of young children to think about what is going to impact on the children, on the community, the fact that we most likely going to have to drive, and also the additional distance that we will have to walk, and to get back in time to get your train to London as well.
I'm Claire Allen. I'm a local parent. I'm a mum of 3 beautiful children. I got my husband to walk it the other day. So if I think about that with a pram and ideally a scooter and a bike with my 2 other children, that's just not possible. I can't do it. It's not safe, and it's just not an option for us. I honestly don't know what we are going to do as a family. They are moving something that currently works for us as a 2 working parent family. I can drop my children here at Priory, I can drop them at Holmesdale, I can drop the youngest at nursery, all walking, and still get the train to get to work on time. If they move it, I can't do that, and we are actually looking at alternatives and potentially moving away from a community that we love being part of.
In a statement, Surrey County Council says it's pleased to be meeting with residents again to discuss updated plans for Surrey's first operational net zero carbon school, which they say, if approved, will support Reigate Priory Junior School with its continued success of delivering outstanding education. They say that through the consultation they gain valuable local information that will be used to improve the proposals.
And that's Jack Feen reporting, and that consultation into the future of Priory School does continue until Monday.